Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 3, Life Processes in Living Organism, part 2. In last chapter we have seen life processes in living organism, part 1. In that we have seen cell division, mainly cell division, mitosis and meiosis. Now on this mitosis and meiosis, total life process is depending because cell division is necessary for the life. Now today we are going to start life processes in living organism, part 2. In this chapter we are going to study reproduction. This reproduction by the two methods, asexual and sexual reproduction. You know that meaning of asexual and sexual. Now in this chapter we are going to deeply study what is meant by the asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Next point is reproduction and modern technology. That means reproduction occurs in a human being with the help of the modern technology. Different types of technologies are using for the reproduction. For example, IVF technique, test tube baby, these names you have heard. These techniques we are going to study in this chapter. Next is the reproductive health. How the impact on the reproductive health is explained in this point. And population explosion. How the impact of the population explosion on the reproduction, this explained in this point. Now let us start this chapter. Before starting this chapter, can you tell me first, question number first, which are the important life processes in living organism? Up to 9th standard you have studied different types of processes. Out of that, which important life processes you know that? The important life processes in living organisms are respiration, circulation, nutrition, excretion, control and coordination systems are there, nervous system called as a, these systems are necessary for the life. In next question, which life processes are essential for the production of the energy required by body? Which process is necessary there? The oxidation of nutrients. The oxidation of nutrients that absorb in the body is done because of the oxygen supply to the cell. Which system supplying the oxygen to the cell? Respiratory system is supplying oxygen to the cell and circulatory system. That means simultaneously this respiratory system and circulatory system is working. Then and then only nutrients can be absorbed in the body and oxygen can be supplied to the each and every cell. This helps to a liberation of the energy, and thus the respiration and circulation and nutrition are the main important life processes of living organism for the production of the energy. That means which systems are totally important? Respiration, circulation and nutrition. These life processes are essential for the productions of the energy required of body. Third number question, which are the main type of the cell division and what are the difference between them? This cell division we have seen in last chapter, no? Which are they? Mitosis and meiosis. The main type of cell divisions are mitosis and meiosis. In a mitosis, the chromosome number remains same. That means two daughter cells will be formed into the mitosis by one cell, and in a meiosis chromosome numbers will be half and then forms one cell. From the one cell, four daughter cells will be formed. Next question, what is the role of a chromosome in a cell division? Due to the chromosome, DNA forms the parental cell enters into the daughter cell and the hereditary characters are transmitted to the next generation by the cell division. That means these chromosomes are hereditary gene is present there. This will be helps to the transfer the genetically characters from one generation to their progeny or their next generation. We have studied the various life processes in previous class. All those life processes are nutrition, respiration, excretion, sensation and response of control and coordination, that means nervous system, which are essential to each living organism to remain. Besides the life processes, these life processes in living organism, besides these life processes, one or more life processes occurs in a life organisms. It is reproduction. However, reproduction does not help to the organism to remain alive, but it helps to maintain the continuity of the species of that species and of that organism. That means this reproduction is it does not help to that organism remains constant. That organism remains constant into the environment, but this reproduction will be help for the continuity of that species of any organism. That means any organism species can be continue into the environment. It is by the reproduction. Now observe this figure. In this picture, by this picture, what you can observe? In this picture, some life processes are given there. In 3.1, life processes are given there. In that picture A, vegetative propagations is shown. That means in a plant, plants can be reproduced. Some plants can be reproduced by asexual method, by a vegetative propagation. You have seen cultivations of the plants. These will be by the asexual reproduction. And out of that, in a picture A, vegetative propagation is shown. And that means the twig can be planted and it is showing the rootlets. This indicates that new plant is being produced. For example, you have seen hibiscus. We can cultivate it by its stem, and the twig can be plant of this hibiscus, and rootlets will be formed after some time, and new plants will be there. In a picture B, one hen is there. Hen is laying egg, and this egg is necessary for their next generation. In picture C, the seed germinating as forming the radical, producing the radical and plume. In a picture C, and in picture D, cell division by the binary fission. That means this cell division occurs like a mitosis. This one cell can be divided by the binary fission. Equally, all cells can be divided into the two parts, and two daughter cells are forming. That means in a picture A, vegetative propagation is shown. In picture B, there is a hen which is laying eggs. After incubation, this will be produced new organism. In picture C, seeds are germinating, and in picture D, some animals, amoeba is given there, animals can be reproduced by the binary fission, and all these pictures shows the different types of the reproduction. From this picture, we can find it, the reproduction occurs into the plant, into the animal by the different processes. It may be asexual or sexual reproduction, and asexual reproduction also having some types, sexual reproduction also having some types. Now see, can you tell questions? What do you mean by the maintain of a species? Maintain, that means maintaining of that species, means a species undertakes successful reproduction and produces individual of its own kind, and this keeps the species existing on the earth. That means these species, that means any species on the earth can be shown its successful reproduction and produces individual its own kind, and then this keeps the species existing on the earth. Whether the organism now see question number 2, whether the new organism is genetically exactly similar to earlier one that has produced it. No, the new organism is produced from old one to are not genetically exactly similar to their parents. In a meiotic cell division, there is a crossing over in a homologous chromosomes. This produces a genetic recombination. That means recombination of gene from the parent cell to from the parent cell, that means from the male parent, and from female parent the genetic recombination will be there. Thus the new organism is different from the earlier one, and if the reproduction is asexual type of, then the young one is exactly similar to the parents. That means new organism is genetically exactly similar to their parents. How when it is possible? Then when asexual reproduction is there, then and then only this will be possible. And in a sexual reproduction, genetic recombination will be there. That's why exactly similarity is not in the progeny and their parents. Question number 3, who determine whether the new organism of species will be exactly similar or not? The type of reproduction, whether it is asexual or a sexual. The type of crossing over, the genetic recombination will be there. Then it will be determined that the similarity among the parents organism and their offsprings based on the genetic recombination. The two organisms of species do not show exactly similarity, and in case of the monozygotic twins there is an exact similarity. In asexual reproduction too there is a similarity. Monozygotic twins, that means twins having types. In this chapter we are going to study the twins types are also. In that monozygotic twins are there, that means exactly similarity between the two twins are there. This will be there. Now 4th, what is the relationship between the cell division and the formation of a new organism of a same species by earlier existing organism? In this process of reproduction, there is a division of chromosomes. Due to the cell division, the gametes are formed, and the union of gametes produce new offsprings. In a sexual reproduction, all the processes takes place due to the cell division, and in a asexual reproduction too, the cell division. And growth of the new organism also occurs due to the cell division. That means the formation of new organism of a same species by earlier existence of that organism is called as a reproduction. What is meant by the reproduction? The formation of the new organism of a same species by earlier existing organism is called as a reproduction, and reproduction is one of the various important characters of living organism, and it is also one of the various reasons responsible for the evolution of each species in a living organism, reproduction occurs mainly by the two methods. First one is the asexual reproduction and second one is the sexual reproduction. Now let us start first point, asexual reproduction. What is meant by the asexual reproduction? The process of formation of new organism by an organism of the same species without involved of a gametes is called as a asexual reproduction. That means if gametogenesis is there, then this will be sexual. That means gametes from the male parents and gametes from the female parents are there, then this reproduction is called as a sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there is no any gamete formation. This process will be formed the organism of a same species without involvement of any gene, that means any gametes, then it is called as a asexual reproduction. As this reproduction does not involve union of two different gametes, the new organism has exact genetically similarity with their reproductive organism, and this uniparental reproduction, uni means single parent is there. In a sexual reproduction, two parents are there and combination of that two organisms are there. The genetic combination is there, but in a asexual reproduction only one parent is necessary, and this is a uniparental. Uni means one parent is necessary for the reproduction, and it will be occurs by mitotic cell division only, by the process of the mitotic cell division only, and absence of the genetic recombination is a drawback, where the fast process in advance of this reproductive health. That means in a asexual reproduction, majorly first point is the no gamete formation, only uniparent is there. By this parent, exactly copy or exactly similarity of the parent is occurs into their next generation, and in the absence, because of the absence of the genetic recombination, and this genetic recombination is the drawback of this asexual reproduction. Now this asexual reproduction occurs in a unicellular, you know that unicellular and opposite of unicellular, second type of this multicellular. Unicellular, only one organism, only one cell can be worked. These organisms are called as a unicellular organism, and multicellular, that means multi cells are working togetherly. These are forms in a multicellular organism, and this asexual reproduction in a unicellular organism having by different types of different types are there. First one is the binary fission, then multiple fission, then budding. So different types of processes occurs into the asexual reproduction in unicellular. First one is the binary fission, second one is the multiple fission, and third one is the budding. And in a multicellular organism, 5 steps are made there. First one is the fragmentation, second one is the regeneration, third one is the budding, fourth one is the vegetative propagation, and fifth one is the spore formation. Now let us start first point, asexual reproduction in unicellular organism. In a binary, in that first type is the binary fission. Now observe this figure. In this figure, simple binary fission and a transverse binary fissions are given there. That means in amoeba, first one they have see this diagram 3.2. In that 3.2, amoeba is given there, simple binary fission. Amoeba, parent amoeba can be divided equally. That means which part is inside that body, it can be divided equally, and then 2 daughter amoeba will be formed. Directly this will be after some maturation, This amoeba can be divided into the two equal part by the at a middle age. Then this will be divided into the two equal parts. Then two daughter amoebas will be formed, and this by the simple binary fission. Now see, in a paramecium, transverse binary fission is there. This paramecium can be transversely divided, and two daughter parameciums will be there. Now see, if we are taking any conical flask and collecting water from the pond having the stagnant water or aquatic plants, and when wheat grains are added into that, and when we are keeping it for the 3 or 4 days, then we will get wheat grains and plants will be decomposed. Earlier in the morning, when on the 4th day, take a glass slide and put a drop of this water and observe carefully. That means when we are observing under the microscope, then prokaryotics bacteria will be forming there, amoeba, paramecium, like this. Eukaryotic cell organelles will be there, like mitochondria, chloroplast, perform the asexual reproduction by the binary fission. You can see in amoeba simple binary fission, in paramecium transverse binary fission, and in euglena longitudinal binary fission. In a simple binary fission, in amoeba simple binary fission, that means simply this amoeba can be divided into the two parts. In a transverse binary fission, that means on a transverse axis this can be divided into the two equal parts, that means two daughter cells will be formed. And in a third longitudinal, that means on a longitudinal axis this euglena will be divided into the two daughter cells, that means longitudinal binary fission. Binary fission occurs either by the mitosis or amitosis. Axis of a fission division is different in a different protist. For example, in amoeba, it divides in any plants due to the lack of the species shape. Hence, it is called as a simple binary fission. Amoeba does not having any shape, that means lack of this shape is there, that's why they can be divided into the by the simple binary fission. In a paramecium divides by the transverse binary fission, whereas the euglena is divided by the longitudinal binary fission. Binary fission is usually performed by the living organism during a favorable conditions are there, then and then only they can be undergo the reproduction by this type. Availability on the abundance of their food material is available, and conditions are available, then and then only these eukaryotic unicellular organisms can be undergo the binary fission. Now second point, multiple fission. In a multiple fission, asexual reproduction by the multiple fission is performed by the amoeba and other similar protists. Protista is the major type of this unicellular organism. In this, amoeba stops the formations of the pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and poda means legs. False legs are there, that means not truly, amoeba does not having any legs, just they are appearing, the legs are present. These are called as a pseudopodia, and there are movements whether there is a lack of the food or any other type of the adverse condition. It means rounded the forms protect covering around the plasma membrane, and such a cyst, amoeba or any other protist is called as a cyst. And many nuclei are formed by the repeated nuclear division in the cyst, and it is followed by the cytoplasmic division, and thus many amoeboids are formed. They remains in cyst till there are adverse condition, cyst breaks open and an arrival of a favorable conditions, then many amoebas are released. That means, see in this diagram, multiple fission, single parent amoeba is there. There is a formations of a pseudopodia. Formation of a pseudopodia stops and movement also stop. Movement of that amoeba will be also stop and it becomes a rounded. You can see in second step of that, this will be covered by a protective layer. This is called as a cyst, and this cyst will be repeated after a nuclear division takes place. Formations of the many nuclei, that means division of nucleus in a cytoplasm, will be forms the many amoebae. That means small many daughter amoeba cells are there, and cyst persist. This persists the adverse condition and it breaks open after the favorable conditions, then daughter amoebas will be formed. This is called as a multiple fission. That means from a single amoeba, many amoebae are forming there. These are called as a this is called as a multiple fission. And third one and last type of this asexual reproduction is the budding. You can see this diagram of budding. In that yeast, which we have studied in 9th standard, yeast, how this yeast is form new from the parent cell, parent yeast cell. When blood, that means any blood will be formed on the parent cell, then this new bud is formation is there, and after maturation this bud will be separate from the parents. This is called as a budding. In an animal also, you have seen in a hydra animal, budding is there. You will see the yeast cell performing the budding. Small bud coming out of many parent cell. Asexual reproduction occurs by a budding in a yeast, in a unicellular fungus. You know that yeast is a fungus, and yeast cell produces the two daughter cells, two daughter nuclei by the mitotic division so as to reproduces by budding. This yeast is called as a parent cell, and a small blob appears on the surface of the parents. Then this blob is actually a bud, and after maturation one of the two daughter nuclei enters into the bud. From the parent cell, one nucleus can be enters into the bud, and after a sufficient growth, bud separates from the parent cell and to start live independently as a daughter's yeast cell. That means we have studied asexual reproduction by the three methods, which are the first one is the binary fission. In that binary fission, three types binary fission will be the simple binary fission, transverse binary fission, and longitudinal binary fission. In a multiple fission, we have seen example of a amoeba. Cyst will be formed, mainly cyst word is the cyst will be formed around this animal, and many daughter cells of that organisms will be formed. This is the multiple fission. And third one is the budding. That means bud is appearing on the body, and after maturation this bud will be separate from the parent cell and start to living independently. This is called as a budding. These are the major three types of the asexual reproduction. Okay. In next lecture we will continue asexual reproduction in a multicellular organism. Up to here we have seen sexual reproduction in a unicellular organism. Okay. Thank you.